Hello everyone, welcome back to Clusterbmilkshake. I am your host, along with a poor puppet, Mr. Chicken. Yeah, today we are going to talk about domination. This is coming from the book, The Emotionally Abusive Relationship by Beverly Engel. How to stop being abused and how to stop abusing. So this brings to light what emotional abuse looks like. Has you wake up to you being abused, has the abuser wake up to them being abusive, because from my narcissistic point of view, this is our normal, okay? This is also, which I'm going to read, repetition, compulsion. Okay, this is about us reliving our childhood through our partners. All right, I'm going to read that real quick too. But first, I want to get into domination. Okay, and I'm going to give you, from my point of view, how I felt doing these to others, or if I ever had them done to me as well. How I felt as a narcissistic person myself, because as you know, I like my toxic voice. All right. Tea. Domination. To dominate is to attempt to control another person's actions. The person who tries to dominate another person has a tremendous need to have his own way, and he often resorts to threats in order to get it. Domineering behavior includes ordering a person around, monitoring time and activities, restricting resources like finances or phone calls, restricting social activities, isolating a partner from her family or friends, interfering with opportunities, job, education, or medical care, excessive jealousy and possessiveness, throwing objects, threatening to harm a partner or partner's children, family, friends, pets, or property, abusing a partner's children, parents, or pets in front of her, and forcing or coercing a partner into illegal activity. Of course, the roles can be reversed. It could be the woman being the mother suck, okay, over the man, or two women or two men, or whatever binary bullshit you into, okay? I don't give a fuck. All right, so there's a little short story I'm going to read to you that goes into this in real time, okay? Andrea and Tim, a need to control. Andrea's husband, Tim, insists on having control over all aspects of their lives. He insists that Andrea turn over her entire check to him so as she was paid, and then give her allowance for the week to pay for lunches and other incidentals. I can see myself doing this with someone. I have to know what the fuck with the money, dude. It's not. It comes from, my mother struggling, my dad barely giving child support, the paycheck to paycheck thing. We never had to go on welfare or anything, but we were one fucking foot away. And it could have been a possibility. It could have been. But, she always kept our heads above water. But I don't want to live like that. So I do have this thing with money. And so I can totally see this dude probably has some fucking money issue, and he needs to make sure that, you're not overspending. people always want to go straight to the dark side, right? And say that, keeping you in a cage and everything. I can totally see that shit too. Like, but to me, for me, and I got fucking some dark ass shit going on. It's all about security, safety, and I don't trust you. I don't trust you with the money. I do not trust that you're not going to overspend or anything like that. If you were bringing in money hand over fist and everything, and you were going out to, a big expensive lunch every day, I'd still be fucking pissed. I'd still be pissed. I'd be like, why the fuck do you have to have lobster every fucking day? Why can't you have a goddamn sandwich like everybody else? What the fuck? And we'd be getting into a fight, and then he would probably be like, I make enough money, it's fucking fine, go and do what you want, I don't care. And I would have to be like, okay, am I going to have a miserable week with this person, or do I just let it go? I would have to make a choice. He set a boundary, I have to make a decision. Okay, all right. If Andrea needed to buy something such as new shoes for a special occasion, she had to ask Tim for the money. She always had to have a good reason why she needed the money, and depending on his mood, he would give it to her or not. That's one thing, is I don't let anybody have control over my shit. And why I come off as the independent woman, although I got all of my money and shit from my ex-husband. Or even when I was working and everything, it was like, I'm very, nobody can control my shit. Nobody can tell me what to do. Even when, I told my ex-husband that, I'm going to want to get my face done. And he told me, And I was like, what you fucking say to me? Because that was not going to happen. You don't tell me no. You never tell me no. No. You can tell me no if I'm trying to cross your boundary, now. Because I do want to respect my people now, okay? So if I do that and you say no, I do get this ping in my chest, but then it's like, just calm the fuck down, are you crossing somebody's boundary and stuff like that, and just relax yourself. But in the past, it's like I just see red, okay? All right. Tim also had to have control over their social life. He chose their friends and which movies and restaurants they would want to go. Now, the social life thing, my ex-husband was totally social. I controlled who came over to the house or party throwing, because my ex-husband was party man. And over time, the parties dwindled down because I was like, I'm not doing it. You go off. But he liked drinking at home. He didn't want to have to be designated driver and shit until Uber came into town. Okay? Otherwise, he would just stay home, and then he would have to suffer with no parties because I didn't want to fucking do it. But, I was like, I compromised, and I'm like, okay, one a year. When it used to be, when we were first dating, every fucking weekend for like football or whatever. And then I got it down to once, All right. The movies and restaurants, I always got to choose that shit. My ex-husband just loved to eat, so it didn't really matter. He was just happy if he got to go out. I always wanted food to be brought home, not to go out. I don't like going out. All right. Whenever Andrea tried to assert herself by suggesting a particular movie or restaurant, Tim would act as if she were the controlling one. You know I hate those girly movies, he'd yell at her. Why do you keep on insisting we go to them? That didn't stop Tim from insisting on going to violent movies, even though he knew Andrea hated them. Now, I compromise on things like this. I also, I do want my partner happy with me. Okay, I don't want to, hate. I don't want to be hated. I mean, my partners end up hating me anyway in the end, but so I will compromise, things. I'm not going to be like, no, I don't want to go. My ex-boyfriend, he knew I didn't like barbecue, but for his birthday, he wanted to go to barbecue restaurant, and he was like, I know you don't like barbecue. So it's almost like he wasn't going to go because of me. I'm like, no, we'll go. It's your birthday, choose. And it's not because he was afraid of angering me or anything. He just was like more of he liked being home too. And I'm just like, I don't think that he's used to anybody doing anything special for him. He's the one that's always doing for others. So I think that was the thing. He was not afraid of me. Okay. When they were first married, Andrea tried insisting that she and Tim go to a new restaurant every so often. But once they were seated, Tim would begin to basically talk shit. Now, this I can see as almost autistic flavor to me. It's because I like a certain thing on a menu. I've already tried like going to a favorite restaurant or whatever and trying different things off the menu and hated it. So I already hate going out to a restaurant. I go and I pick the wrong fucking thing. Now I have to be at the restaurant, suffer because I feel like, claustrophobic and everything. And then eating something I don't want to fucking eat. So I, would usually pick, we have the same restaurants that we went to. Mikey has the same restaurants that he goes to. Even with my ex and I, we had, our own restaurants we liked to go to, or being in a new town, he knew of restaurants or whatever, and, we went to those or whatever. Or like, going to Fuddruckers because I haven't been there since I was a kid, and so we went and had a burger there and stuff, and that was fun. But when I say fun, meaning it was fun to eat the burger, but I was happy to get the fuck out of there. Just I don't like it. I don't like it. So and when I do feel calm and everything, in a relaxed state, I will take Mikey out to, a burger joint or something, or where he can get pizza and stuff. And he knows that I don't like being there, and it kind of makes him anxious. And I'm like, I swear, I would not come here if I was feeling anxiety. I feel good right now. That's why I want to take you, And he's like, okay. So, yeah. But he's totally cool with me bringing home food too. But, I usually cook. Okay. So, Tim even dictated when Andrea could see her parents. He felt threatened by her close relationship with them and didn't want them interfering with their marriage. So he refused to let her see them very often or even talk on the phone with them. Okay, that's ridiculous. But when you have, if he's a very controlling person, so, and Andrea is attached to him because she probably had controlling parents, okay? And this is what comes in with the repetition compulsion. And there are parents that do, control their adult children, and if you do have a controlling spouse, they're going to be like, no, they're mine now. They're mine now. You raised them. They're mine now. You don't get to plant seeds. Those are my ears to plant seeds in. And it's not, they're not in a relationship just to destroy your lives, unless they're just completely fucking sadistic, But this does fucking happen. All this shit happens subconsciously. I'm telling you, there's manipulative things that everybody fucking does. The husband pisses off the wife ain't gonna give you sex. She don't want to fuck you. You're being a dick, So what are you gonna say? That you're controlling? You're withholding sex from me. There's there's different levels, and it's really about the intent behind it. And it's not all malicious intent. I dare you guys to look inward, okay? I dare you to look and see if you've ever done any of these things. And you know what you're going to say? Yeah, but I had a good excuse because blah, blah, blah. I hear it all the fucking time. And it goes, it doesn't matter. From your partner's point of view, you're a fucking asshole. All right. Repetition compulsion. One of the most significant patterns established by those who were emotionally abused in childhood is based on what is called repetition compulsion, an unconscious drive to repeat the same type of abusive relationship we ourselves experienced as a child in an attempt to accomplish a new outcome. This is what I fucking tell you guys. The trauma bond that you are in, you're trying to get a new outcome from what you grew up with. This is why you're so attached. This is why you keep going back or letting them back. Okay? The repetition compulsion compels us to transfer our longings, conflicts, and defenses from the past onto the present in an attempt to undo the past. It drives us to relive the same story over and over again in hopes that this time the ending will be different. And if you ever watch Sam Vaknin's stuff, he's going to say that this is what we do, but we want to always push you away, break up with you in the end, to individuate from the parental unit. Okay? And this is why I say, a lot of narcissistic people really do like borderlines, because they know that's what they grew up with. And also that is what, it's easy to abuse somebody who has, mood fluctuations. It's easy to upset you. You can fucking upset us big time, dude. Because if you remind us of our parents, motherfucker, we be fighting, right? But this is why I can't be around borderline. I just cannot. Okay. What was I trying to say? But it's easy to say, fuck you, goodbye. Because of that fight. Because of that reliving that childhood fight, So you borderlines that are trying to hit up your narcissistic person back up, and you're trying to, get back together and make up, break up. It's not ending any different for you. Okay? The narcissist wants to get the fuck away from you in the end. For good. All right? So I wish you would stop torturing yourselves. All right. Anyway, all right. So we'll keep reading more of this book and bringing it to light. I hope you guys are enjoying it as much as I am. Because the more knowledge that we know, the better it is for both of us to wake up, One thing that I did like that my last partner did is, if I was treating him in a dismissive way, and it wasn't a gaslight, he would say, you're being dismissive. I'm trying to tell you something about how I feel and you're being dismissive. And I like that. I don't like the gaslighting shit, but I do like when bringing up, something in that moment that I'm doing, okay? Because I do want to self-reflect in that moment if it's happening right then and there. So we can come to a compromise. It is going to be much harder with somebody who is unaware because they're going to blame shift, okay? Because for me, you better be walking on water, criticizing me in any way. That's why it's nice to have a template. If somebody really wants to be with you, they're going to try to work on their shit. They may have like a narcissistic injury though. Reading these things, it doesn't say anything about a narcissist. And that's what's nice too. You don't want to be running up on somebody saying you're mentally ill, but you do want to run up on somebody and being like, I think we need help. Just to get along better. I'm not saying that you're broken, but I'm saying that we broken together. Let's kind of fill in the cracks with some, gold and shit and keep things together. And if this is too much, at least I know that we gave it a shot. And I think that's a lot easier than, or better than being like, go to therapy. Because then you're having he said, she said, or she said, she said, or he said, or mom and child, and everybody wants to save face, whoever's the, toxic one and everything, and they're going to blame shift and stuff like that. Nobody's being heard and stuff. So this is, more baby step it type, It's like, and then you can tell your partner, I want to know if you feel that I'm doing any of these things to you too. Because remember, this book is about the abused, abuser, and if you're both abusing each other. That way, if your partner, believes that you want to take responsibility for your side too, it's equal, okay? Remember, narcissistic person does not want you to make them look weak or below you in any way, okay? And it goes all into different kinds of childhood trauma things too. And so it is giving not the excuse, but the reason behind these behaviors. So you're not telling them you're a controlling piece of shit loser. It's like you are controlling in these areas because of these reasons. And it's making me feel small when you do these things, and I want to feel connected to you, not little. Does that make sense? All right, I'm just trying to be helpful, God damn it, all right? I'm trying to get into heaven, all right? So, I hope that was helpful. Have a great day. Ba-ba-ba. Namaste.